As I mentioned earlier about H.R. 1723, last Congress, a bill was considered that included few common sense provisions, but unfortunately tied them to other provisions that were anything but wise. Those provisions have been split into H.R. 1723, which I supported earlier today, and this bill, which I oppose. H.R. 2357 allows microcap companies traded on an exchange to issue an unlimited number of shares within a year, and allows unlisted microcaps, including those trading on the pink sheets, to issue up to 1/3 of their existing share volume within a year. Last year's securities law professor, John Kofi, explained that such a change invites potential disaster and investor confusion. My colleagues on the other side of the aisle seem to forget that capital formation primarily involves two private sector actors, the company raising the capital and the investor providing the capital. Reducing costs for the issuer by removing additional disclosures to both existing investors and potential investors only serves to increase the required rate of return investors demand of the company. As a result, such proposals can't see the forest for the trees. This proposal allows companies that are traded over the counter or only on the pink sheets to make use of a limited shelf registration with no prior notice. Professor Bullard testified that the bill was inconsistent with promoting efficient markets and capital formation or protecting investors. He explained that while the bill enables microcap companies to take advantage of favorable conditions by quickly issuing shares, speedy access also leads to accounting fraud, market manipulation, insider trading, and sales of artificially inflated stock. Mr. Bullard noted that previous studies had found that 80% of manipulation cases involved non-exchange traded stocks, and a positive correlation between lower disclosure requirements and the likelihood of manipulation. Previously, the Consumer Federation of America wrote a letter stating that most likely, and perhaps the best outcome, if this legislation is adopted, is that the market simply will not accept such offerings, and thus it will do nothing to promote capital formation. The CFA goes on to say that this bill increases the risk of fraud and misconduct without offering any benefits to justify that added risk. Mr. Chairman, we should be spending time on legislation to reauthorize the Export-Import Bank, which supports 1,150 exporters in my home state of California. For that reason, and because this legislation would harm investors and increase the risk of fraud, I urge a no vote. I yield back the balance of my time.